Hello and welcome to your in-depth forecast for week commencing the 4th of October for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give you a brief overview of the key elements of this week before going on to give you your detailed Zodiac forecast, so please stay with me. The standout event of this week is the Libra new moon, which occurs on Wednesday. Also, Pluto, the planet of transformation, ends a long retrograde on this day. But the new moon is particularly unique because it's very close to Mars, the planet of drive and passion, and a planet which is actually in its detriment in the sign of Libra. Libra is about finding consensus, celebrating the things we have in common. It is about trying to achieve a degree of harmonization. But sometimes Libra energy can attract from other people almost an assumption that the Libran type energy of giving and being very accommodating and attuned to another person, some people take that for granted. So Mars can be a very good thing in that regard and see us assert our boundaries in a more robust way. But also Uranus is in a 150 or quincunx angle to the new moon, and that's quite a rebellious influence in Taurus. So I think this could be a week when there's some intense discussions over finances for many people. Also Mercury in its retrograde squares with Pluto on Monday and Tuesday. So Mercury being retrograde when there is the new moon is another hint that we have to work hard at our listening skills and try to contain our frustration if not everybody quite gets our drift straight away. But I think some relationships will go through some big transitions this week because by Thursday, Venus, the ruler of Libra, moves into Sagittarius. This is an excellent location to think about the truth of relationships, to seek freedom if a relationship hasn't been working, to be open-minded about the type of people we can connect with. Because one of the things that I think is wonderful to do with Libran energy is to celebrate the things we have in common and not focus always on the things that separate us, that make us different. So there are opportunities this week for us all, and please stay with me for your detailed forecast. But if you are new to me or my channel, I would be honoured if you would subscribe. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. Also, if you'd like to get your free written daily horoscope fired to your device each morning, you can do so by subscribing below. I've been writing these for many years, over 25 years, and my work is featured all around the world and in Britain's most read daily newspaper. So you can get yours free by subscribing below. And with year 2022 racing up, if you'd like to get your personal forecast based on your time, date and place of birth, and you order it now, you can get the rest of this year free, plus a character analysis, and also 30% off, all based on you. No two charts are the same, can give you searing insights of the opportunities ahead. Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your in-depth forecast for week commencing the 4th of October. There really isn't any one type of Aquarius, I feel, and I feel I'm okay to say that because I'm an Aquarius with a lot of Aquarius in my chart. I think there are some commonalities. Kindness can be one. Being non-judgmental about people who are very different can be another type of characteristic. There can be a need for quietness at times. At other times can be quite gregarious and join in. And other times really prefer to stick with what we know. At other times be much more daring to embrace what's innovative and new. So all of this is coexisting the whole time in many Aquarius people. But if you are an Aquarius person that does run more on sticking with what you know because of the fixed nature of this sign, then this week's new moon could challenge you over the next month. Someone could provoke you perhaps to try to change something about your behaviours or your attitudes. If you're someone who really has those routines mapped out, this could actually be quite testing. On the other hand, if you're someone who absolutely loves being more spontaneous, doing things off the cuff, embracing that more independent and radical side of Aquarian nature, this week's new moon is right up your Champs-Élysées, and it's going to be you that potentially could break down something that other people can think, why are you changing that? What you've got is fine. And one of the things you could consider is changing where you live. Now, of course, Uranus has been really challenging how Aquarius people live at home, or how they relate to their family, or how they handle emotions for the last few years. And all this year, of course, Uranus and Saturn, the two rulers of Aquarius, have been in quite a strident standoff. Now, it's eased a little bit at the moment, but it doesn't change the fact that Uranus is still in the fourth house. So that's where you may be more outspoken, more shocking, more unpredictable. And the fourth house is about where we live, how we live there, with whom. It's about how we experience things in an emotional sense, but it's also about security. But because Mars is such a volatile mix amongst that new moon in its angle to Uranus, this could see you actually shaking things up that have actually served you very well for a very long time. But because Mercury is still tracking backwards, it all has to be thought out very carefully. Now, what's going to help enormously is that Venus, the planet of love and affection, moves into your sector of friendship, and another area that there's a commonality amongst Aquarius people. Aquarius people often seriously good at friendship. So Venus moving into that area means that you may want to be more sociable. You may want to go and visit people that you've known for some time but have not been able to see, perhaps because of COVID. You may want to go and have a vacation, a holiday. You may start to work from home, even if you've been someone who's been quite comfortable going to a job out of your home for some time. There could be conversations about a legal or contractual matter. You may be much more challenging to other people about your version of your truth around your emotional world. So, for example, if you've got family members that seem to sort of brush off how you feel, you could really pin them, not just this week, but over the next month. So this is quite an intense, high-octane new moon. It's not quite as sweet as they normally would be. And that means that the changes that I feel that many Aquarius people will push for could be destabilizing for some people around us, or maybe there's going to be a period where it feels very unsettled, but we can't help but go for this alteration because there's a yearning for something fresh, exciting, and really on the edge. And also, as Saturn comes to the end of its retrograde at the end of this week, if you have felt physically lower in vitality since the third week of May, things are going to get better from here on in.